Hello guys, welcome to channel Phone Mania. So in today's video, we are doing the tips, tricks, hidden features and settings working video of the Oppo Reno 10 Pro. So guys, this is a glossy purple color of the Oppo Reno 10 Pro. So guys, first of all, let's start from the most interesting features. Currently, you can see the phone is locked. I'm just picking up the phone and just drawing it over here. And you can see instantly it turns on the camera. And if I just draw a V over here, V, it turns on the flashlight. And let me turn off, and if I draw an up arrow like this, it turns on the calculator, and if I draw an M, I can automatically go to the Google Maps. How to set this up from the very instant? So just go to settings and just scroll down to find the option addition settings and just tap on this feature, gestures and motions. Just tap over here, and this is the feature I'm talking about, screen of gestures. Just tap over here. You should turn on this, and starting off from the draw O to open camera, just turn on that, draw V to turn on flashlight, and you can also control music like pause, next, previous and all. And then we can assign customize 3 of them, like draw up arrow. Just tap over here and select open an app and select the app whichever you want while you draw the up arrow, and along with that you can have draw M. You can assign to apps. Along with that we can add draw W. So this is highly customizable, and you can see double tap to turn or off the screen is also available. You can just turn it on or off. And apart from that, how to take a screenshot, just 3-finger swipe would be a screenshot. And how to take a partial screenshot, that means only this portion is needed. This portion contains some confidential data. So how to do that? Just press and hold with your 3 fingers like this. Then a draggable area would be appear like this. So you should drag the exact area which you need like this, and you're good to go. And if you want to write like Samsung S Pen and all, then you need to write Note. Now you are good to go, and even you can customize the colors, see, like this. And you can also have more edit options, like you can see, like crop, adjust, filter, markup, and you can have tons of options. So it's a really cool feature regarding the partial screenshot. Next is air gestures, and the first one is answer or mute calls. That means it works with the help of the finger. Just hold your finger down and just swipe up for this feature. So that is answer or mute calls. Then scroll up or down. Actually supported apps would be just YouTube and Facebook. So actually you can just do like this and down for scrolling between the YouTube pages or Facebook. And next is play or pause videos with just your hand. This is also available. Actually this won't work very seamlessly. Actually you need to get an idea of how this well works, and then it would be optimized based on that. So these, anyways, it's available. Maybe it would be get more improved with the software updates and all. And then apart from that, we have the basic features like raise to wake. It is already turned on, and lift to ear to answer calls. That means when you are receiving an incoming call, just lift your phone to ear, automatically answers the call. And then auto switch to receive. That means instantly when you are in speaker, just put your phone to the ear, automatically to switch the receiver. Then flip to mute incoming call. So if you are in normal mode, your phone is ringing so loud, just flip up your phone to get in the silent mode. So these are the features which is available over there. Currently you can see I'm using the gesture navigation over here. You can see the buttons over here. So how to change the gesture navigation? So just go to settings, again go to the same location, ID settings, and you can see system navigation. Just tap over here and just tap gestures. Now you are good to go, and I will show you how to do this. So just swipe up for the home, symbol now, and just swipe up and stop at the middle for the reasons. And how to go back is the best convenient. So either swipe on the left edge or swipe on the right edge. You are good to go. That is very easy, and the best part is switching between the apps. So you can see normally we switch like this and selecting another app and selecting another app. No need for that. Just do your scrolling photos to the gallery like that. See, really convenient. See. Okay, so you should enable this feature. So within a span of few hours, you would be get really comfortable with these gesture features. So I would recommend to turn it on. And along with that, you can see you can have a gesture guide bar. If you want to disable that, then just tap over here. Then completely emoji screen will be there. And if you need a vibration on the back, actually, if the your sensitivity is really high, so you want to let you know that the back is happened, just tap on here. So each and every time when you click back, you will get a haptic feedback. Next is another feature that is called assistive ball. We can set a assistive touch as we see on the iPhones all gen. And let's turn it on. And you can see a ball appears over here. It have 2 sets of functions, either gesture operation. That means tap would be one function, double tap would be another function, tap one function, double tap another function. You can see this is the one way. And the next way is you can just from the operation mode, gesture motions to tap menu. What happens is when you tap, it will have few of the options like back, screenshots, lock, home, and reasons and all. but actually I would recommend you to keep it exact position as the power button so you can locate it easily. And I would say this is just very limited. Actually, you can't customize much further because you can see only limited options are available, like notification or one-handed mode. And also, if you are really convenient, just want to take a screenshot, no need for these the swipe and all, just take the screenshot. And if you want to, what we call it, one-handed mode, also you can reassign, just do this tap over here. And if you want to any of them, just lock screen, no need to double tap, you can instantly go to lock screen from any of the screen. So that is also available, so you can customize it in your own way. Next is the edge screen on the Oppo Reno 10 Pro. So you can see, if I slide like this, you can see the apps listing. And if I just click edit, you can add your tons of applications. You can see like this. And if I click done, so you can access if you're in Chrome and doing some random stuff, and just you need to swipe and instantly you can open the app. And the best part is it opens in its small pop-up window like this. It won't distract the app you are currently using. So how to set this up? So first of all, just go to settings and scroll down to find the option special features and just tap this option smart sidebar. So this is the feature which I'm talking about. And if you want to just customize, just go over here and click edit, and you can do the customize based on your ways. You can also access tools along with that, along with the all installed apps. So you can drag your favorite over here and just you're good to go. Next, I want to show you another interesting feature. So I'm unlocking my phone with the fingerprint and I'm leaving the finger over here, and it essentially brings down to these 5 applications. If I leave the finger over here, instantly I can access to that application. So I would show you how to set up. That means just press and hold on the fingerprint scanner, even it's unlocked, and just leave the finger on which application you need and you're good to go. So how to set this up? So again, settings, special features, and just this is the feature quick launch. So you can have an edit option over here. Just tap edit and select the functions or the apps which is your favorite, so you can directly go to this application from the video locking itself, even with your fingerprint scanner. Next is our app lock, app hide. So just go to the settings and select privacy and security and just tap the privacy password, and I'm doing a pattern over here. So this is it, and just typing some random access for the moment, and you can see app lock, app hide, and private save. So starting off from the app lock, so just tap got it. So you need to turn on over here, and I'm locking for the moment Amazon. So and it asks whether to use the fingerprint or face unlock, so I'm just clicking use. And the very next time if I open the Amazon, you can see it is locked, and I can either use my face or fingerprint for unlock. And the very next time if I open the Amazon, you can see it unlocked without any lock. So how to, each and every time while you open the Amazon, it should be locked. So how to set that up? So again, going to the privacy password, in the passwords and security, just tap the privacy password and draw the pattern which I have done. Sorry. And then you need to go to the app lock, and you can see a settings icon over here. Just tap over here and lock app when, just tap over here and exit in them. That means each and every time when you exit the app, instantly the app would be locked. And one more thing is the other unlock method. So if you don't need to use face or fingerprint, just disable over here. And if you want to only use, either tap which one you need. So that is it regarding the app lock. Next is the hide apps. Just tap over the hide apps over here, and you can see, suppose if I want to hide the Adobe benchmark, so and you can access it with the access code, and I will just tap settings. So the code is just simple. If you want password of 1111, before and after the password you need to type hash, like hash 1111 hash. So this is it. Now the Adobe, both of the Adobe benchmark would be hidden. You can see you can't find the Adobe benchmark over here. How to access that? Just go to dialer and dial your password like hash 1111 hash. Now you can see your hidden apps over here, and you can just tap instantly. You can open the apps, and you are good to go. Next is a private safe. Just tap over here. So this is like a secure world which we can hide the images, videos, audios, documents, and other files. So just tap the images and videos, and you can have the plus icon over here. Just tap the plus, and I'm gonna hide these 3 of them. Sorry. So I'm gonna hide these 3 of them and set as private. Now you are good to go. So you can see these 3 of them are in the images and videos. Now it would be completely hidden from the normal area, that like the photos. If you look at the gallery, it won't be there. So you can see that screenshot would be completely hidden over here. And if you want the screenshots back to the gallery, again go into settings and just go to private safe and go to images and videos. Just select these 3 of them and just set as public and select the location which you want, like the screenshots, and you're good to go. Along with that, you can also, in the same way, you can also hide audios, documents, and other files. So that's it regarding the private safe. Next is regarding the apps. So just tap the apps and you can see app clone. That means using two Facebooks, two WhatsApps and all, it would be on the you can just tap over here, create app clone, and you are good to go creating the second app. So that's really simple. Next, we are talking about a few handy features like over here. So if I'm in Chrome over here, you can have a three dots option. So just if you tap the lock, what happens is if you unwanted clear all, but still the locked application would be still remain in the memory. You can see it would be still remain in the memory. If you tap over here, it would be unlocked. And next is floating window. You can access the floating window from here also. So just tap the floating window over here. You can see you can access it right away. That's so cool. And then along with that, you can hide. Currently, you can read the content. Welcome to Chrome, and the content regarding the mail ID is available. You can see. But if you just tap over here and click hide content, you can see whenever you open this reasons, you can't see the exact content which is available over there. So that is also really cool. And if you want to show content, just you are good to go. Next, let's talk about the display settings. So just settings, display and brightness. So first of all, we have a light mode as well as a dark mode. Then we can schedule from time to time. You can see from sunset sunrise or from light mode time to dark mode time. And then along with that, we have the screen color mode. By default, it would be on vivid, and I would recommend keeping it on the brilliant for the maximum color vibrancy. And next would be that we can have two options like the ultra vision engine. First is video color boost. You can just turn it on for changing the SDR content to HDR content. And then we have the bright HDR video mode, which enhances the HDR videos brightness. And then we have the screen refresh rate. Actually, by default, it would be on auto select. But actually, at any moment of time, you feel that it's not on 120 Hz, then you can forcefully assign to the high for 120 Hz every time. Next, regarding the complete customization of the phone, it's on the wallpaper and style. You can see the wallpapers, default wallpapers. Along with that, we have always on display, and we have always on display faces, and which to show over here. Let's tap over here, more display settings. If you don't need this info like the time or date or battery, you can just unhide that. And along with that, if you want to show the new notification instantly, then you can also tap the new notification icon. And display mode is of three types. Either you can schedule all day, and either you can schedule from time to time. That means from the sleeping time till you wake up, you can schedule from and to time. So that is also available. And next is you can have a theme option. Then we can assign the font sizes, styles and all. That's the font style. Then we can also same way we can assign the icon styles like this. You can see icon styles, icon sizes and all. And along with that, we can change the colors. Like currently you can see this on a blue color. You can change to another custom color. You can see I am changing to the red. You can see currently it would be on red, so you can customize it in your own way. And then we have the quick settings icons. Currently it's on round. You can reassign to either rhombus, square or like that. And then we have the fingerprint animations over here. See, select the favorite animation which you need. That's completely personal. And then next is edge lighting feature. That means whenever you are receiving some incoming notifications or calls, it would be like this. A border would be appear like over here. So that's the edge lighting feature. This is really cool, and because of the curved display, it looks really cool. And along with this glossy purple, the blue fits really cool. So that is it. If someone sends you a WhatsApp message and before you read that message, they deleted that message for everyone. How to access that message? That means message should be received on your notification bar. That's the main thing. So just go to the notification status bar and just tap the more settings and just tap the notification tree and just turn it on. Each and every notifications arrived on your phone will be displayed with the exact timestamp over here. Even they deleted message, it would be appear on your phone with the timestamp. So no need to install any third-party stuff for the recover WhatsApp messages and delete WhatsApp message and all. So that is also cool. And then along with that, we can have some status bar options like if you want to know the current upload speed and download speed, real-time network speed, just turn it on. Then you can see current upload speed and download speed. And now this is the 12 GB to 6 GB variant, but you can make it 24 GB. So it goes to the about device, and you can see RAM just expand from 4 and straight away to the 24. You can see, and you can expand up to 12 GB, 12 plus 12, essentially 24 GB RAM on your Oppo Reno 10 Pro. And next thing is regarding the cameras, the main hype of the phone. Starting off from, we have the night mode, and along with that, we have the tripod mode on. And then in video, we have the ultra steady, which is locked at 120p at 60 fps. Along with that, you can also record up to 4K, and you can use 1x, 2x, and 5x. And we can have the filters option, retouch options over here, and we can also change the aperture. And in photo, we can have the high res mode over here, 50 MB mode, and then also we can have the same just like the retouch and filters. And then we have the portrait mode, which also make use of the depth effect, and along with that the same filters. And then we can also take in 1x and 2x, and these two shots are really good. And then in more we can have the pro mode, extra HD, panorama, slow motion, time lapse, dual view. That means recording same time with the front camera as well as the back camera. Then we have the stickers and text scanner. So guys, these are the main tips, tricks and hidden features of the Oppo Reno 10 Pro. So guys, that's it today. Signing off, it's Phone Mania.